Good morning, everybody, or good whatever time of day it is that you are watching this. Welcome to my channel. Loz here. We just got a very exciting update this morning in preparation for the Honeyglow Woods adventure pack that's being released tomorrow. But we have got the patch notes that have come out ahead of time. So I thought we'd just go through those together. I haven't gone through them yet, so you will be getting all of my first reactions, explanations, anything like that. So if you haven't been to my channel before, hi, I'm Once Upon a Loz. I'll be playing lots of cozy games on this channel, mostly Dreamlight Valley, The Sims, maybe some slightly different games as well. But thank you so much for being here. So let's get into the patch notes. So, hey Valley villagers, this week we celebrate 100 years of Winnie the Pooh with our new adventure pack, Disney Dreamlight Valley, Honeyglow Woods. We invite you to cross through a magical new gateway into a magnificent place inspired by the 100-acre wood, made up of 4 unique sub-biomes filled with mystery and magical honey. Now, firstly, I do want to delve, there is another kind of update on this page that's all about adventure packs and how they're going to work. Being an avid Sims 4 player, my only concern with it being kind of cash grabby, which we know that Dreamlight Valley has had a bit of a controversy with in the past, but what I don't want to happen is them having adventure packs and then like stuff packs and things like that, similarly to The Sims. On the flip side, an adventure pack being, I think it's around £15. I'm not too sure what that is in dollars, but with it being around £15, having 4 biomes and 3 new villagers come with it, to me, that sounds pretty much like a normal expansion pass where we'd get 3 biomes, 3 or 4 villagers. So that seems kind of crazy and good value to me in comparison. Of course, it does say 4 unique sub biomes, so obviously we'll see tomorrow if they are much smaller than normal, and we'll go from there. Honeyglow Woods is the first ever Disney Dreamlight Valley Adventure Pack, a new optional paid add-on to be experienced alongside our usual free content updates, which have been phenomenal this year, just a side note. This is a new type of experience that allows us to create a unique adventure with thematic landscapes to decorate a brand new story and a cast of lovable characters for those who wish to bring a little extra Disney magic to their village. For more on this new type of experience, check out our adventure pack FAQs, which we'll look at in a second. Honeyglow Woods arrives on July 8th, 2026, which is tomorrow as of recording this. Check out the details below. So new content for the adventure pack owners. Embark on this new adventure by planting a tree sprout until it grows into a magical glowing tree. A magical glowing tree gateway, that you'll be able to place anywhere in your valley or your base game floating islands. You'll also be able to remove and or replace this magical gateway at any time. Thank the Lord, because there's nothing in this game that's more frustrating, firstly, than the ponds when you're trying to decorate and that blooming tree house in the Forgotten Lands that you cannot move. So that's really cool that we'll be able to remove it if wanted, and replace with what? Are there going to be new skins for it, or am I just reading too much into that? And the fact you can place it on a obviously it says base game floating island, so for me personally, I would have hoped to be able to move it to Wish Blossom Ranch, because that's where kind of my Winnie the Pooh area is going to be, because obviously a lot of it is quite honey themed, but that's fine. The fact you can move it up there onto the islands at all is pretty cool. You'll also have special new portals in Honeyglow Woods that will take you right to Scrooge McDuck's store and Chez Remy's restaurant. That's really cool. There are so many times, especially if I'm decorating, I'll have to always use the Wells and go to the Plaza and then go to Scrooge's. So the fact we can go straight there, that's really cool. Once you've got your gateway placed, cross over to the other side, but beware, something has gone very wrong in this place. But don't worry, you won't be alone on the journey. Shocker. If it's what I am finding with Dreamlight Valley is the kind of storylines are becoming a little bit predictable, I guess. But anyway, we'll see. Reunite with Pooh Bear himself before finding Eeyore, and then finally Piglet. So cute. Invite Winnie the Pooh, Eeyore and Piglet back to your valley. They'll of course arrive with their own homes, friendship quests and rewards. I mean, the fact that Pooh, Eeyore and Piglet will all have their own houses, as well as Tigger's that we've already got with the Wish Blossom Ranch DLC, is really cool. I don't know what I expected, but I don't know if I expected all 4 characters to have their own homes, especially where you have like Lumiere and Cogsworth just live at the Beast's castle. Same with Timon and Pumbaa, just live with Simba and Nala kind of thing. I suppose they are free updates instead of paid, so it kind of makes sense. This is the first time I've seen the names of the biomes. Discover all 4 new areas and solve the mystery of Honeyglow Woods, the Drowsy Bloom Acres, the Gloom Meadow, Braveheart Grove, and the Nectar Apiary. I mean, that's cool. To me, they all seem very like the pictures that the names are giving me are very like different from each other, which I like, just to clarify. No surprise, I imagine Eeyore's going to be in Gloom Meadow, bless him. But no, that sounds really exciting. Make use of the abundance of honey for new honey-based recipes and furniture, like warm milk and honey crunch bar, Pooh's birthday cake, honey pot lamp, cozy honey leaf rug, and so much more. I'm not in 2 minds, that's not the right phrase, but I'm really surprised that that the adventure pack is bringing in new recipes and furniture. So it does seem just like a DLC. On the flip side of that, I know, again, having played The Sims, that sometimes you'll buy an expansion pack and it sounds like it comes with all of these amazing things, and then it's literally like 3 recolors of the same chair, or, and not actually have that much to it. So it sounds really promising. I'm just hoping that the adventure pack kind of lives up to the impression that they've given, if that makes sense. Discover a brand new gameplay mechanic, beekeeping. This is really cool. Place flowers around a busy bee's house to pollinate the flowers and generate more honey in the houses. A fully pollinated busy bee's house will increase the growth speeds of other nearby flowers. That's really cool. I don't know how much I personally will use that. Just because I know what I'm like, and I'm awful for collecting flowers, which has really bitten me in the arse now that I'm trying to decorate Wish Blossom Ranch, and have no Wish Blossom flowers, but that's another story. But I think the fact that they're adding a new mechanic into the game, especially as it is like financially, it's obviously like the cheaper option compared to a full DLC. So I think the fact that they're adding so much is really cool and really exciting. Again, I just hope it lives up to what they're saying, You'll also be able to move these busy bees houses to any of your other biomes, including your base game valley. That's cool. So all of mine will be living on Wish Blossom Ranch for the time being. Keep your eyes peeled for the absolutely adorable hedgehogs. These new little cuties will come with their own photo mode poses. I think this is what I'm most excited for with the adventure pack. Again, having said that, Wish Blossom Ranch I've barely touched. I don't think I've got any of the critters from Wish Blossom Ranch, so how much I use the hedgehogs, we will see, but they do look incredibly adorable. Try interacting with a Honeyglow bridge in the Gloom Meadow to play Pooh Sticks, a new and unique way to interact and level up your friendship level with your villagers and unlock their exclusive rewards. If it weren't that they had exclusive rewards, I would never do this. Is it Scramble Coin? I think I played that once for the quest to unlock it, and never again. And now you can turn off the dialogue. I've turned off scramble coin requests as quickly as I could. So how much I will play Pooh Sticks, I do not know. Of course, as I said, exclusive rewards, I will make sure I get those. After that, I don't know if I will continue to play Pooh Sticks. Unless, maybe they increase the friendship levels more significantly than other like tasks and quests and that kind of thing. I don't know if that will be the case, but it's cool that they've added it. Like I say, for the cheaper price point, it's cool that they've added something extra, just because they could, essentially. For those of you already playing Disney Dreamlight Valley, you'll be able to enjoy Honeyglow Woods on all platforms. What's more, you'll get 2,000 moonstones to spend however you please. That is pretty incredible for me at the moment. So with Dreamlight Valley, I went through a massive phase of just not wanting to play it. So I have no moonstones pretty much because I haven't been doing dream snaps. So that's, a great boost to come alongside the game. The adventure pack, sorry. If you're brand new to Disney Dreamlight Valley, you can get Honeyglow Woods and the base game with 10,000 moonstones. That's a special currency you can spend on exclusive furniture and clothing in our premium shop. Finally, if you embark on this new adventure before July 22nd, you'll also unlock an exclusive Rainy Day Winnie the Pooh Dream Style in your in-game mailbox with your purchase, which if you haven't seen it, I'll try and pull up a picture now. It is, I think, the cutest dream style that we've had in the game. And I've played Dreamlight Valley since early release, so it's kind of a no-brainer, and the fact that they've specified that you'll get it in your mailbox, because there will be so many people going, oh, I've paid for this early to get the dream style, where is it, kind of thing. So the fact that they've already specified it will be in your mailbox is huge. Disney Dreamlight Valley Arcade Edition owners will have access to the contents of Honeyglow Woods Adventure Pack on day one without the need for additional purchase. That is absolutely huge. I haven't played the arcade edition myself, but as far as I'm aware, it can be quite buggy and it can be quite delayed to get like new updates and new releases out to the arcade edition. So the fact you can get Honeyglow Woods on day one is huge. Launch day Twitch drops available to all players. For the release of this exciting new adventure pack, we're launching a new Twitch drops activation. I personally have never streamed on Twitch or received any Twitch drops, so I might have to look into it for this one. From July 8th at 10 a.m. Eastern Time to July 15th at 9:59 a.m. Eastern Time, you can head over to the following partnered creators and watch their Disney Dreamlight Valley streams to unlock Piglet's clothes line. So just one furniture item, I'm assuming. For participation and partnered creators details, visit our website. I know that so a creator that I watch quite regularly, Console Kato, she often has the Twitch drops now, so I'm assuming that she'll be on that as well. But of course, have a look at this link for other creators that you may already follow. New content and improvements available to all players. So this is now separate to the adventure pack kind of updates. This is just kind of quality of life changes and improvements to the game as a whole. So this is what I tend to be most excited about. New content and improvement, revamped fast travel layout. Okay, a new interactive menu for fast travel that will provide more clarity and context to the whole feature and will let you favourite the locations you most want to visit. I mean, I personally didn't think anything was wrong with the fast travel menu and layout. I'm very much a person, if it's not broke, don't fix it. I mean, the favourite thing's cool. Again, I just don't know if it was the most important thing that needed a change. I could be wrong. I could play the game tomorrow and with this update be, eating my words and think that this is absolutely incredible. But like I say, it's a cool change nonetheless. I just don't know how important a change that was to make. But I'm sure they'll change my mind tomorrow. Top changes and bug fixes. Here we go. Available to all players. Fixed an issue where the raindrops visual was not displayed on several platforms. Fixed an issue where some assets some assets visuals would not appear, such as the Highland Will-O-Wisps, Dragonflies, Autumnal Clock Tower books, the Butterfly Tiara, and Enchanted Shooting Star. So that's kind of the like furniture items that would have like special effects, or things would be like moving on them. Luckily, I haven't had an issue with any of these so far, but if you have, obviously the changes and fixes are coming tomorrow. A brush icon was added to the basic toga dress to identify it as a touch of magic item. That was a big thing. So the basic toga dress that I think we got in the Star Path, people were then going into their clothing menu, not being able to find it, but it's just a blank slate. So you would go to your like create or touch of magic menu in the clothing section, and you'll be able to kind of design your own toga with it. So that's what it was. The item was like a blank canvas as opposed to just giving you a white toga. Fixed an issue on the Apple Arcade platform where motifs couldn't be placed in photo mode. That's quite big, I imagine, for Apple Arcade players. Now that they've kind of changed the motifs, they're kind of being used a hell of a lot more regularly in Dream Snaps and whatnot, so that's really huge. Fixed an issue where Daisy design challenges could be completed with decoration preset mirages. Don't know what that means. Fixed an issue where socks would have a broken texture when wearing the Midnight Sun slippers. Fixed an issue where the medium and large painted cottage chests were missing from Scrooge delivery. So that is from the Storybook Vale DLC. There are these really pretty storage chests that everyone was using. They've essentially now, I don't know what happened, but with the last update they kind of took them off, so you couldn't order more from Scrooge's. That's now changed, so you can order as many as you'd like. Fix an issue with group mode where undo is applied to items one by one when a group of items has been moved to another biome. Fixed an issue where the avatar's face is distorted in the reward screen when equipping certain umbrellas. Fixed an issue in the Equine Delicacies quest where the player may not receive the stainless steel pot lid. I don't know if I've received that, but I know I've done that quest. There is a known issue with the Interlude 2, the Gloomy Hollow quest, wherein Eeyore might get stuck. This issue can be easily bypassed by removing at least 2 obstacles from his path. This issue will be fully addressed in our next update. Okay, so they've already highlighted the fact that there may be an issue that they've already flagged, but I'm guessing that they didn't want to spend more time fixing it and delay the adventure pack going out when it can be easily bypassed. But I know for a fact they'll get a lot of people. It's a bug, it's a bug, it's a bug. They've already highlighted it here. You can bypass the issue by just removing at least 2 obstacles from Eeyore's path in that one quest. So if you're an avid player, you might want to make a note of that quest when it comes up, that this might be an issue, but this issue will be fully addressed in our next update. So they're already, they've already got it on the Trello list, if you know, to update that. So that is all of the notes and bug fixes and changes and updates coming tomorrow with the new adventure pack. So that's super exciting. As I said, I do just want to go through the FAQs for how adventure packs would work. So if we just skip to the bottom here, what is an adventure pack? Adventure packs are smaller scale expansions designed for players who want to keep the adventure going with focused new stories. Each one will introduce a themed adventure with fresh characters, quests, and items, giving you more reasons to explore your valley, which I think is super important. I mean, firstly, it sounds like they've already got plans and are creating more adventure packs with more characters and quests, etc. But I think, again, being someone that has been playing since day one, I think that's where the periods of just not wanting to play the game has come in, because you get everything done so quickly and then it's like, what next? Yes, you can decorate. Yes, you can reorganize your storage. But again, if you've done that, it does leave very little to explore. So bringing these adventure packs in. I mean, adventure packs firstly are cheaper, as I've said, so they're more people will of course be able to get them, and then be able to kind of bring a new lease of life, I guess, into the game for them. So I do think it's really important. I do think it's really good that they've done this. How are adventure packs different from expansions? This is my biggest question. Some ideas for content don't quite fit into a free update, but also don't fill out the full scope of a yearly expansion, which is why we created adventure packs. Great. Adventure packs are complementary story experiences centered around a specific theme or world. They are designed as additional add-ons that are added to the base game and regular updates. I think that sentence, it doesn't fit into a free update, but also doesn't fill out a full expansion. I think perfectly explains it and what we are to expect with the adventure packs. Sorry, I keep saying expansion. So yeah, I think that's great. I think it's quite exciting as well that they're centered around a specific theme or world. So if you're, a lover of a specific Disney film, then it might be that you've got one whole world within the game that can be fully based around that film, which is super exciting. For example, I know a lot of people are hoping that Atlantis comes to the game. Eternity Isle, that kind of first area, kind of alludes to the fact, and has alluded to the fact, that Atlantis might be on the agenda, on the radar, with those kind of I want to say robots. They're not robots at all, but those massive statues kind of off in the distance that kind of look like they're from Atlantis. We've got I think we've got an outfit from Treasure Planet or something like that as well. So I think people are quite excited for that. And again, I personally felt that if a lot of those items and furniture and maybe houses and house skins came to the game, I wouldn't know where to put them outside of that one area on Eternity Isle, which I've personally already got decorated and don't want to change. So just as an example, if they put out an adventure pack for that, that would be, really cool for items and films and characters that maybe don't fit in how you've already designed your valley or your different expansion passes. So that will work really well. Who are adventure packs for? Adventure packs are entry-level add-ons that are equally perfect for players who are just starting up their valley journey, and for long-time players who have collected every villager in their valley and are looking for more stories to enjoy. What adventure packs are available? The first adventure pack is Disney Dreamlight Valley Honeyglow Woods, an optional paid new content add-on launching on July 8th across all platforms for $16.99. So again, I think that's about £15. Just to be double check wherever you're based and what currency you use. Players who played the Honeyglow Woods adventure pack or Honeyglow Woods edition, I don't know that's the more expensive version, before July 22nd will also receive an exclusive Winnie the Pooh Dream Style as an early adopter bonus. Is a bundle available? Yes. New players can pick up the Honeyglow Woods edition, which includes both the Honeyglow Woods adventure pack and the base game Disney Dreamlight Valley at a special discounted price of $49.99 US. It is an expensive game. If you are a new player, be prepared. If you are a Sims player, this is probably relatively cheap in comparison to all of the packs. What about Disney Dreamlight Valley Apple Arcade Edition? Disney Dreamlight Valley Apple Arcade Edition owners will have access to Disney Dreamlight Valley Honeyglow Woods at launch at no additional cost, along with all expansions included in the Arcade Edition. That is huge. Is it included with Xbox Game Pass? Disney Dreamlight Valley Honeyglow Woods is not included with Xbox Game Pass. Subscribers have access to the base game and all free content updates. That's really important to note if you are a Game Pass player. Expansion passes and adventure packs, I'm assuming, because Honeyglow Woods isn't included with the Game Pass. So just be mindful of that. But you do have, of course, the base game and all free content updates, which are quite regular. If you would like to enjoy Disney Dreamlight Valley Honeyglow Woods and continue your valley journey with new stories, it's available to purchase separately, similar to expansions. There you go. So if you are playing on Xbox Game Pass, you can get the expansions, but it's not included in your free subscription. You would have to purchase them separately. Adventure awaits with a whole new way with adventure packs. We can't wait for you to step into the Honeyglow Woods. See you in the valley. There we go, guys. So super exciting. I of course will be getting Honeyglow Woods, and be playing as soon as it releases tomorrow to get that super cute dream style for Winnie the Pooh. But there we go. How are you feeling about the new update? How are you feeling about the adventure packs in general? And of course, Honeyglow Woods. Are we excited? Are we kind of concerned about the changes? You know, do you have any concerns? Pop them in the comments. I'm, you know, super excited to hear everyone's thoughts on this. But thank you so much for joining me for this video, and I will see you in the next one.